Hey guys, it's Kayla. We're going to be doing about a 5-minute meditation today. I call this meditation the tension release meditation. If you've been to any of our sessions, you have probably almost absolutely done this one with us. It's actually a little bit more of a stress reduction technique than a formal meditation. So you'll notice there isn't as much breath work or really concentrating internally, and it's also going to have a little bit of actual physical movement to it, which makes this one really nice for beginners. So it's a great place to start, especially if you're not used to doing any formal mindfulness or meditation. This is just a way to connect with the body. You can do it at any time. We're going to do about 5 minutes, but you could do this as quickly as 2 minutes, and you could also stretch it out to basically as long as you want. You could do it for even, I've heard, up to 20 minutes or half an hour. And the reason that sometimes people do a longer practice like that is it's really effective in helping people to fall asleep. So if you have any trouble falling asleep, insomnia, or you wake up in the middle of the night, this is a technique that you can do just on your own without a guided meditation. You'll see it's very easy to pick up and teach yourself, and that might help you to fall asleep again or fall asleep faster, and so it's really popular for that as well. The other benefit of this meditation is what happens to us day to day, especially when we're at work, and especially if we work like this, like a lot of us spend all of our days seated and mostly just working on a computer. We hold a lot of tension up here, so that's kind of your whole upper neck area, shoulders, arms, and then when it comes to the face, we hold a lot of tension right here, so in the forehead and around the eyes. So this is a good technique for sometimes we don't even notice how much tension we're holding. So by creating a little bit of artificial tension, we're able to really release whatever we're holding at different points throughout the body. So let's get started. So I invite you now to join me in just finding a seat that's comfortable for you. There's no perfect way to sit. I'd invite you to join me in closing your eyes. Just making sure you're sitting in a posture that is comfortable for you, but is also a dignified posture. So you're sitting a little taller maybe than usual. You might choose to roll your shoulders back a little bit. And if it's accessible to you, just resting your feet on the floor, feeling the contact between the floor and your feet. If this is something you're doing before bed, just make the adjustments that you need. It's essentially all the same, but you'd be doing it lying down. So let's get started. I invite you to bring your awareness to your toes, the tips of your toes. We'll be moving tension throughout the entire body, but this is a really good place to start. And we're going to start by actually physically scrunching up our toes as tight as we can get them. So keeping your eyes closed and without any other movement, just really crunching up your toes there, holding that tension. We're going to hold that for 3 breaths. And you can let that go. You'll follow the tension up the legs, so from the shins to the knees, from the knees to the thighs. Noting now that part of your body where your upper body meets your lower body. And again, just like we did before, we're going to actually make a physical fist. So holding that tension as tight as you can get it in the hands. We'll hold this for 3 breaths. And you can let that go. So coming back to a comfortable position, releasing the tension in the hands. Let's move to the upper body. So we're going to move up through the waist, the center of our body, to our shoulders. And let's pause here for a moment. The third part of this exercise, we're going to roll our shoulders up as high as we can get them, right up close to your ears. Feeling that tension really squeezing in an area that you might have a lot of pressure. We'll hold this for 3 more breaths. And you can roll your shoulders down your back and let that go. For the fourth and final part of the body, we're going to move up to the face. So just like before, we'll scrunch up the face as tight as we can get it. That's your nose, your mouth, your eyes. Really feeling the entire tension. Let's hold this for 3 more breaths. And you can let that go. So keeping your eyes closed, we'll reflect for a second just on what we just did. So the tips of the toes to the face, following the tension up the entire body. This is such a good exercise for really linking different body parts together. So just as before we close this meditation, we're going to combine all 4 exercises that we just did. So we'll be scrunching the toes, the fists, the shoulders, and the face. And this time we're going to hold it for 5 breaths. And following the 5 breaths, I'll count down from 3. And when I say exhale, this time when we exhale, we're going to go with a loud sigh, like So let's begin. So paying attention to scrunching up your toes, making those fists on top of the thighs, bringing your shoulders right up to the ears, crunching the face as tight as you can get it. Let's hold this tension from the tips of the toes to the top of the head for 5 more breaths. Three, 2, 1, exhale. When it's comfortable for you, you can blink your eyes back open and into the room. You've just completed your tension release meditation. This is something you can take with you basically wherever you go. And if you're in public, this isn't something that you need to be so expressive with, but just really focusing on holding that tension, especially through the legs and the upper body, and feeling what it feels like to release that. And I hope after this you feel more relaxed, and maybe a relaxation that you wouldn't have been able to feel otherwise. So really lowering those shoulders, bringing out the tension there. Same with the face. And so, yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Again, something you can really extend, especially if you want to use it before bedtime.